Good afternoon, Dylan. It is Friday, February 27th, 2015. And in your video, you discussed a lot about rules and why we should follow them. And how it is up to you and me to basically police our upload times to make sure that we are following the rules that we have established. Unfortunately, I like to bend rules. Here and at work and everywhere else I go. I don't know why I do that. It's definitely not because I want to be a criminal and break the rules. I just prefer to bend them for some reason. See how much leeway I can get out of that which is already established as supposedly being a rule. Everywhere you look, doesn't matter whether you look at, cultural or national or societal, rules are everywhere. They're a fact of life. You can't get away from them. And I think a lot of it's there is just a way to make sure that everybody's on the same page. Whether it's a page everybody wants to be on or not is kind of determined at a future date. But I think it's a way just to keep everybody heading in the same direction, so to speak. Now, is this idea of heading in the same direction a good idea or a bad idea? I honestly couldn't tell you. It just seems to be a thing to do, and if everybody has a clearly defined set of rules to follow in order to get to that direction, it probably makes it a lot easier to get there. If everybody knows that this is the way it's supposed to be done, it's real easy to make sure that everything's done that way. Which then leads to the next thing. Whenever you break a rule, usually there's some sort of consequence, some sort of punishment to help persuade you back into the proper way of doing things. And these consequences vary from culture to culture, nation to nation, just like the rules that spawned them. The consequences are spawned by the people that are there at the time, whether that's the past, present, or future. And some consequences seem incredibly drastic compared to the rule that was broken. Some seem incredibly lenient. That's just an outsider's view looking in. It's a very biased outsider looking at somebody else's rule system and consequence system and making a decision based on that. And that's whenever it gets fun, is when biased outsiders start looking at other systems that may or may not be biased themselves and trying to make judgment calls on what's right, what's wrong, what is better and worse. They start making these very subjective, judgment-based calls on something that's different. That doesn't mean it's wrong, that just means it's different. And that's kind of where punishments come in. They're different. They're different than the rules, they're different than the laws, they're different than everything else. Some people, not going anywhere else with that other than just some people, are very upset when others try to bend rules or break them because they see that as some sort of action against some sort of social structure, social network that keeps everything together. Others see rule bending is just another aspect of life. Sometimes you gotta do stuff in the gray zone. You gotta bend the rules to get progress done. And when you bend the rules to get stuff done, you get into very, very shady moral areas, which we've discussed already. Anyway, Dylan, I'm pretty sure I'm running out of time, so I guess I'll talk to you on Monday. Well, you'll talk to me, but you get the idea.